Hello and welcome to Gary Plays Darkest Dungeon. My name is Gary Butterfield with the Duckfeed Memorial Dungeon Estate. Ruin has come to this network. We spent a bunch of money because we're locking in some stuff. This is going to be full for the foreseeable. I'm sick of really cool quirks getting rotated out. To make up for that, we're making money today, baby. And the way we're doing that is going on this long hamlet thing. Now, I have been fucked over by a long hamlet before. Bringing an antiquarian. Might happen again. But check out this trinket. New moon. So if you're in... This is really interesting. Like, it makes a differentiation between rooms and hallways. I've not seen that before. So you get additional crit and damage if you're in rooms, and a plus 5% scouting chance in general. That's a usable trinket. So we're going to go grab it. Here's the crew. Up front, Chaz Cheeto's coming back out. Hey, Pocket. Thanks for coming out and saying hi. And we might actually have to go buy the ambush prevention because I would like it. Chaz, I am still getting used to how to use Chaz. How is Chaz formed? How is Chazzy formed? Death's Ally. I never sleep. I never sleep is good. Let's go grab that to prevent the ambush. Going to be using the Ancestor's Candle in the Crescendo box. Going to be our first DPS person. I left Decomposition on because I wanted to see how this unique disease mechanic worked. And 100% food consumed at the cost of Death Blow Resist is actually pretty good on a long dungeon. I'll be able to bring less food. GMH is coming. Warrior of Light, which is awesome. One of those quirks I want to lock in. Going to use the Cauterizing Frostflame again, and then also the Enchanted Compass. So this is going to be our backup healer. We have a lot of healing on this crew. I'm not anticipating problems with health. I am anticipating problems with stress, but we'll deal with it as we go. Dive 2 is going to be our Antiquarian. A long apprentice Antiquarian mission. I am looking for a big payday. I went ahead and upgraded her skills here, so she has the standard things I like. She has the Festering Vapors, which I'm going to be able to use to set up combos with Chaz. I'm going to be using the Ancestor Scroll, so the baby heals become slightly better, and the Obsidian Astrolabe. So, and then in back, Gwen Static, who's an early riser, which is excellent. Quick-witted makes her really good in position too, but the issue is the Arcanist needs to be there. But I am experimenting with the thing. I'm trying her with the Prima Oculus, which gives her an 18% crit chance, which I think means she's going to be handling our stress, basically. Because if I do, Divine Comfort, hit the whole party for decent healing, I see now she can prevent the ambush, which means we're just going to go. If I get a crit, that's going to heal stress as well. Will it work? Let's find out together. So... I don't need... One of my characters doesn't eat. So if I bring 24, or I bring 36 for this, what is 1/4 of 36? That's 9 less, so I need to bring 27. So we'll bring an even 28. I think that's correct. For my Skelebro not eating. I do not want to be fucked over on these things. And then torches I do need to bring. This is expensive. It's a long mission. Don't need to bring any blood. Don't need to bring any of this stuff. No need for a laudanum. Well, bring a laudanum because it's fun to sometimes fight super bosses. And we'll bring some holy water because they're good for trinkets. I am hoping for the biggest of all possible paydays from this. So if everything goes according to plan, I will save big money at Menards. So that is the hope. That is the dream. It's a 90% of rooms. The hamlet is this cool grid, which is actually Big Scout in the beginning. We're not going to go chasing trouble, especially not trouble without treasure. So we'll go up and then left. That's going to give us a battle at the left, but we also need to do some fights to get money. And I need to have the Antiquarian open shit. Remember to do that, Butterfield. And like all runs, I'm going to keep going with this as long as I can to get as much cash as I can. Like I would like to come back, like I would like a 30 grand, already looted, payday at least. More is better. Like when Mr. Burns is like, I have so much money, if I trade it all for a little bit more. Okay, 2 drowned thralls is not fucking around. this is worth using some torchlight and hit with the breath. You gotta die. Good death. No corpse. Hopefully my Skelebro will be able to kill you. Not quite. You can be blighted though. So 1 damage plus 2/4. That's going to be enough. Not enough actually to kill him. So he needs some more damage. It's okay. Okay, good dodge. My skeleton friend. My sweet, gentle Skele friend. This might actually be enough damage for him. Not quite. Oh yeah, it is. Cool. There we go. We're golden. There is no problem. I guess try for the stress relief. There's no reason to hit him. Going for the crit. Go for the crit. Okay. I got it. Love that. Need to take this no matter what. This is not optional. I accidentally took an extra key. That's fine. Do not need the portrait. Do I walk around and then come back and gather treasure? I think that might be the smart thing to do. Oh, hey, Pocket. Don't knock over my glasses. Hey, Secret Room. Do knock over my glasses. Let's leave these around. We're not going to grab curios. We're going to go through and clear battles. Because money is actually critical in this episode. A lot of times I just like having it. These scouts are just get out of my dream and into my car. We're going to go clear battles with the idea of coming back for treasure when we have just a shit ton of inventory space because we've used all this stuff. None of this stuff is worth it. We'll just Heart Strike you. It's so weird that the Forsaken does not have a Blight skill. It's an explicit synergy class, which I respect. Similar to the Seraph, actually, who does have a mark skill, but is like not nearly as good at it. I think I can be fairly liberal with my torches, honestly. And if this does any damage at all, which it doesn't, but the Blight, so he'll get 1 action. And it doesn't even matter. Cool. Everything's great. Let's have you give everyone a restoration just for funzos and increase the torchlight. Hey, Pocket. Don't mess with the blinds, my little friend. I love you dearly, but blinds are not to be messed with. He's a little stir crazy because I stayed the night over at my girlfriend's house last night. So let's see how this works if I do get a crit. No crit. There's only 19 chance, which is still like amazing for a healing skill. There we go. But yeah, he's got a case of crazy baby because I left him alone last night. Blood Course Medallion. I don't care about you. All right. 60, 70, 60, 70. All right. What's the... Just gonna stress me. Okay, I can handle it.
His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
So far, so good. I can fight 4 dogs. I still think I can be pretty liberal with the torches. I'm down to 1/6 of my torches, but honestly, I think that's probably fine. I'm getting a little torchlight every time that happens, and if I crit, I get torchlight, and this has a 27% chance to crit, which, you know, as you can see, pretty good. I think that's still worth doing. Try for the stress relief. No, not yet.
Executed with impunity.
Okay, he's going to get an attack off because she cannot kill him. A crit might do it. Let's try it. Nope. Don't give me rabies. I appreciate it. Let's get rid of that bleed because I have nothing else I'm really doing with him, and I'll take the torchlight. Oh, I can't get rid of the bleed. This doesn't, it clears marks, stuns, and debuffs. I forget that gets better as it goes. It only gets rid of, it's only like an all-purpose cure a little later. But the restoration will counteract the bleed. So, easy peasy. Worthwhile. I had a good meal today, folks.
Creatures can be felled. They can be
Okay. Do I feel like fighting a banshee? Not yet, but let's remember the banshee's there. Like, yes, maybe, but the banshee took my sweet summer child from me. I think that... Ooh, this is not fucking around. Oh, that's weird, the little torch sconce. Is that like a special torch sconce, I wonder? You can be stunned.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
And festering vapors will be good on you.
To follow it.
Yeah. Oh, I had a good meal. I was trying to remember what I was saying. So there's a diner in Portland. Do not show up there to kill me, because I'm not there that often. If you did want to show up to kill me for this, sincerely, like, you'd be putting in the effort, and I would respect it. But there's a diner called City State, which I really like, because I like diner food in general, but I think it is such a like a general, well done, above average diner. And they have a thing called the Gravy Train, and the Gravy Train is biscuits and gravy, basically, with 2 strips of bacon and a poached egg on top, and I love it. It's extremely good. And yeah, and that's really it. But I was thinking about this today, because I was getting ready to sit down and record, and I had the thought. I was thinking about, is this just a regular sconce? Oh, I don't even get a chance to say whether I want to interact with it. I was thinking about, like, being a man of carriage. So I'm kind of like a fat dude. I'm not huge or anything. I weigh like 240 pounds. I'm 6'2", weigh about 240 pounds. That's enough to have like some chonk to me, which I am well aware of, right? Like, Duckfeed in general is not an unchunky podcast network. You got people like Nick. Look at the double crits though. Throwing the curve, in favor of the skinny elons, but in general, kind of a chonky network. Got no problem with that. Very comfortable in my own body. This is actually a mistake. I should have stabbed him. Oh, but it's going to work out. Kinda. All right. I was getting confused by making my point. As a man of carriage, it's a funny thing, because, like, everybody eats. I think everybody in general, enjoys the snacked food from time to time. They're, like, everybody likes food that's pretty bad for you in general. Most people, like, there are people who are just, oh, I don't like vegetables. There are people who say that kind of thing, or I don't like junk food. I don't like pizza. I don't like, things like that. There are people who say that. You resisted the disease. Can you get this debuff? Yeah, baby. So there are people who say that and stuff, and I get it. Like, you don't like that stuff. I think that it is, like, fairly universal, actually, though, to like that stuff. And even if the liking the bad stuff is not universal, eating is universal. And when I hate this fight, this Hamlet fight of the 4 frontliners, this sucks. I mean, I'll be fine, but I think about, like, whenever I want to mention something, like, about food that I think is kind of fun, like on Abject Suffering, it pops up, like, we'll talk about snack food, talk about cereal and stuff, and I just know there's some fuckwit out there, and this is me doing my my pretty classic straw man, like, arguing with somebody who may or may not exist, but I feel fairly confident there's somebody out there who is, like, tisking me, because as a man of carriage, like, I'm eating a snack and not trusting me to, like, he's gonna die, he's not quite gonna die. Death grip? Death grip you. Stun and drag you. There we go. Like, tisking, like, oh, I can't believe, you should not be eating in general. Like, you can't talk about that because you're kind of a fat guy. And I hate that fucking shit. I remember, so I'm not a giant bomb guy. I don't listen to that podcast. I'm sure it's good. And as individuals, I like a bunch of those dudes. And Abby is cool. And don't crucify me for not being a giant bomb person. I understand they're incredibly important to a lot of people. When Ryan Davis died, who I also understand is very important, and I'm not being flippant about it at all, I remember there being a lot of discourse about why he died or how he died, and it being immensely frustrating because there were people who instantly were like, oh yeah, heart attack, you know, because he's a big guy. And like, I've known some heart attack victims in my time. Did you know heart attacks come from lots of different reasons? You know, and then this is me talking to those internet fuckwits, but like, hey, internet fuckwits, that's not worth selling. Did you know heart attacks come from like a bunch of different sources? The first person I knew who had a heart attack was one of my friend's parents, and they were like 50. I wanted that torch for this, but I got the scout anyway. Hell yeah. They were like 50 and in pretty good shape. We're going to give you the damage buff. Like 50 in pretty good shape. It had nothing to do with them just being, you know, what we consider to be general fat dude dot zone. Do I stack this? Dare I live the dream? 60% damage until camp. We're never camping, boys. We'll camp. We'll camp and get rid of nonsense before we leave. But we're not gonna. We can like double camp at the end if we need to. It's fucking absurd. I mean, we are gonna have to walk back all the way through all this stuff to get money, but like, I think I was gun shy about that long mission that I did that just like absolutely like turbo team fucked me. Here where I lost the antiquarian last time, so everything is fine. We over provisioned, but we're gonna make so much money from this and come back basically squeaky clean. Famous last words, perhaps. But anyway, people have heart attacks for lots of reasons. My mom had a heart attack, was not overweight. She got from smoking, which is like something people do to be skinny and stuff, but that was part of like the major contributor to her having a heart attack. And it's just like a shitty joke, and it's lazy as hell, and it's not important. Well, that sucks. Don't miss. You have 60% damage buff. Don't miss. You have no damage buff. Don't hit. You have damage buff. It's not the most important thing about somebody dying. You know? And I don't think anyone listening to this is like, he gets a restoration from doing the blink. That's so good. I just think he was like a real person who touched a lot of people's lives and had a family and was in generally 17 damage though. Generally a force for good and was, you know, making the world better. And then just to be like, well, brought it on himself, you know? Dumb fat guy really fucked himself over, which is the implied nonsense of that. Oops. That drives me up the wall. This would be worth taking. We can get rid of one food for that, because I'm going to get more of those, I bet. You have not been good at disarming traps, my friend. So, I don't know. Again, I imagine I'm preaching to the choir with this one. No scout, huh? But I do think that shit sucks the stars from the sky. And I think that people of all shapes and sizes can talk about food, which is like such a universal experience. We're gonna like beat this mission in like 2 more rooms, and it's absurd. We should camp for buffs in this next room and then do a camp at the end. And we can start giving up horse hockey now for rare antiques and the feathers, though. I want to keep the shovels. It looks like we actually probably need those. I got the blood. I didn't bring the blood. We'll bring the jade. So anyway, That's just like a little soapbox for me for a second. I think I want to be able to talk about one of the most universal human dealies and not feel like
Kindling is a goal without hope.
people are going to be judgy and concerned trolly about it. Oh, she has trinket scrounge. Hell yeah, Fleet Florian. That's worth money. Yeah. Cool. She can only do it once per camp, but we'll do it again in the future. Don't need to scout for food. Oh, I just gave up his buffs for camping. I fucking forgot about that. And you can encourage you. All right. Sitting pretty. Did not actually make very much more space, but I'll be okay. Might not need to go into this room up here with the battle. But I will. And I'm going to start taking things.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Every once in a while, somebody on Twitter will like tweet. I mean, it doesn't happen so much anymore because I think that people realize like it's not having the desired effect. But somebody would tweet and be like, you know, hey there, Chonky Lord. Like, why not get on, you know, a fully plant-based diet is what I recommend for you, Chonky Lord.
The wounds of war can be
My first girlfriend, or second girlfriend really, but like the second person I dated just after high school was this kind of like new age girl who I did not, you cannot stab the back, huh? Are you hit with this? Land the blight. Thank you. I don't want him to summon another slime. Was a vegetarian, and at the time it was kind of like novel to be a vegetarian, like as a statement in my small town. Kind of a Lisa Simpson character, who's not like a good girlfriend, if I'm being honest with you. But that's neither here nor there. And she was like, ate very poorly. And ate a plant-based diet,
victories mount.
you know, so to
So
speak.
too will resistance.
You gotta like people gotta stop giving a shit how other people do manage their lives on that level. Like that's too personal of a thing for people to be sticking their dicks in. Yeah, look at that. Let's go. I was thinking about, and this is obviously, this is gonna be food, I think. I don't have any more, but I can. Something happened. Well, heart rot. That's horrible. I forgot that this is like a unique curio to this area. Something happened. Let's grab this guy. I don't have any stuff for that, actually. So that's the one thing about getting rid of curio, or getting rid of supplies, is like a lot of them are used for these curios. Oh, hello, it's you. You want the laudanum. But I can rob her, and I'll get like guilty conscience or something. I got rid of my laudanum. Oh, I have that gravedigger. I forgot I can fight the banshee. Let's not fuck around with you, because we got a banshee to fight. And that's over here to the left, I think.
Hacks laden with loot. are
This will
often
stack. At the
more
most, it's gonna be worth
supplies.
1,250, though. That's not worth it. Yeah. Hey, banshee. So I think this will work. Let's get the torchlight up. Can this crew fight in a banshee? Yes. Is it going to take 1,000,000 years? Yes. Will I do it? Yes. It's not a banshee on this mode. Very well. None of the no curios work right in the hamlet. The hamlet is cool. Don't get me wrong. This is not me bashing the hamlet. It does feel kind of arbitrary. I was trying to look up some information about it to see how to trigger the bosses and unique enemies you're supposed to be able to fight in the hamlet. And I could not find any information about it. I am very curious as to like what the intended experience is supposed to be for the Hamlet, because I feel like I'm not quite getting it while still having a lot of fun with it, which is the thing that matters. But anyway, this person was a vegetarian and also ate like absolute trash. Like constantly, eating potato chips and shit. Nobody's business how that person eats. And also, a vegetarian diet is not inherently healthier. Like, it can be really good. There are kind of frou-frou ways in which it probably is. But we don't know enough to where the correct answer shouldn't be, hey, shut the fuck up. If you feel the need to start telling somebody how to handle their shit like that. The correct answer is don't do that, I think. Got a head. William's head. Damage versus beast. Bleed chance versus beast. Stress. So that's going to be the highwayman, I bet. That's cool. Get rid of those. All right, so far so good. Let's save the camp. I now no longer have supplies, but I don't care that much. Let's go down and get this. Let's go up and get this treasure chest, then go around. Then we can get rid of the shovel. I can get that other treasure chest. And we're going to leave when our inventory is full, which means no treasure chest. Not treasure chest, fuck, shovels. And hopefully getting rid of the keys and the food on the last chest that we interface with. So I don't know. Again, I don't think anybody I'm talking to right now isn't on that page. But I do think that sucks. And like if somebody is legitimately being unhealthy and you have a legitimate concern, I still think the answer is probably shut the fuck up. And the reason I think that is that you don't know anything about their life. I cite that this might give me disease, but let's go for it. Nope. Oh, resist. Thank you. There's that "This is Water" speech from David Foster Wallace. I think about that all the time. I think it's very good. He talks about how like basically we're all in it, and we don't, liberal arts, non-STEM education doesn't teach you how to think, but it teaches you, which is the platitude people say, but it teaches you that you can choose what to think about. And something that always sticks with me is in that essay, in that speech, he gives an example of like, you get off work, you're having a really hard time, you're in traffic, it sucks, you go to the grocery store, everyone's being a dick, you have to stand in line for a very long time. I don't have a laudanum. Why did I get rid of the laudanums? I don't even remember doing that. Damn this soapbox. Something that I thought was going to be like a long video is actually going to be like a fairly short one because I fucked up and got rid of the laudanum. I also, to my credit, really thought there was going to be a Banshee fight in this video based on that curio, and it did not happen. But I am happy with how quickly this is, how seamlessly and how unscathed I'm going to be coming out of this. That makes me happy. But, so the person in front of you in line is like counting coupons or arguing with the grocery store clerk. You're very mad at that person because you had a rough day. And the point he makes that is just always stuck with me, I think is really good. He's like, you don't know anything about that person. They could have been up all night with their partner who has bone cancer. And maybe they're being an asshole because they got absolutely zero sleep for a reason that you cannot even conceive of. The glyphs on his sword glow when he swings it. That's really cool. But yeah, you have no conception of what that reason could be, and just kind of thinking like, hey, I don't know this person, is a really good practice of mindfulness, I think. Let's see if I can get the crit on the heal on at least once. No. Guess not. That was a whiff. I don't know if crits on healing skills act differently. Let's see, there's a crit on a healing skill that doesn't act differently. So yes, you may as well take this because we are going to get out of here. Like we're basically out of stuff to do. Here are you. So not as profitable as I wanted to be. Nothing's going to happen here, I think. Almost tried to disease me. What are you? Box. We'll go grab this other like little curio thing over there.
Wealth beyond measure.
See, I don't really want heirlooms though.
Awarded
Give me
to
the
the brave
cash.
and the foolhardy alike.
And we'll trade our food and shovels for whatever pops out of this. So anyway, if you're ever tempted to like tell somebody what to do online or in person even on that level, don't. Because you don't know anything about them. And we're not going to get rid of food because we need that to camp. Start disarming traps. You have a 70% chance, my dude.
By foul invention.
Alright. So we will get rid of torches, though, for whatever this gives me. Oh, this might be the Banshee. Because this is a different character. Did I get rid of shovels? No. Alright, well, we can try it. I have more things, more anger about fat phobia I need to talk about. I don't really. I'm just cranky about it because nobody did anything. Like, we did 2 abject sufferings about snacks and junk food and cereal. It was really fun. And I hate the idea of that fun being, you know, shat upon or in any way, like, generally just not respected, I think. Fun is real. And it was harmless fun and everybody eats. Look at that, a solar crown.
Wary.
What do I do to deserve that? So we can camp beforehand. We can give out torches. That's easy. We can camp beforehand to give the healing and stress healing. It's going to bring us out in a rougher position. Is that worth it? Maybe? Still think we want to camp afterwards. Because you got the restoration. And this might not even work. Sacred tree. If I use laudanum here, I will... Oh. Yeah, laudanum... Why laudanum on the tree? That's so fucking weird. I need that, actually. Here we go. So bizarre.
Huddled together.
So let's get rid of stress and go home.
Rats in a maze.
Oh, we got trinket scrounge we can do again as well. That's sellable. Yeah, you have 17 stress. That's my main concern, I think. Bam. And you have 11. How do I get rid of that? I have no other encourages. Companion, prey, all companions. It doesn't work on you. Bear the cross. Then get rid of it, but it's just kind of a straight up trade. She can't do that to herself. All right, fine. Let's go home. Anyway, there's a little soapbox arena around that. What do you, feedback is fine and welcome. Do I get my 30K? Oh, I get almost 40K. Really bad heirloom mission, but with the trinkets I'm going to sell, that's excellent. GMH in the level 3. Dud Hitter is real bad. Mankind Hater is useless. Warren's Explorer is useless, basically. Toxic. That's fascinating. I would love to get that on the Wretch. Vampiric Spirits is no good. Toxic's pretty interesting, though. Who's the MVP? Maybe me for going on that long rant.
A fresh irritant.
In actuality, though,
A sanguine memory to
probably GMH. Arcanists are mildly overpowered. I still like them. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I will see you next time. And take care, and I appreciate you. And bye.